Welcome to Severely Underrated and welcome to the most underrated science fiction horror film of 2023. Now, usually in a horror film, what do we see? Well, we see an hour of footage that is semi-interesting and doesn't deliver to the promise of the trailer and acts like bait for us all, making us waste our time.
It's a waste of our time!
But today you're in for a film that's all about action in literally the first 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding here. 10-minute mark and you get this. No added fat, no sugar, no salt, just raw, unadulterated fun. Welcome to No One Will Save You. If, like me, you've been wandering in the desert of good alien films only to be disappointed by one after the other with a few pulls here and there to quench your extraterrestrial thirst, then scan no further. This film wasn't even suggested to me by a friend. I just saw the trailer and got my popcorn, my trusty couch, and just put it on, half expecting for the film to be a slog and throw a monster or two in the last 15 minutes like almost every other director does.
You can't keep getting away with it!
What I didn't expect at all is that as I put the third mouthful of caramel barbecue popcorn in my mouth was this.
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
You see, this film not only doesn't have any dialogue in it, but what it lacks in words, it has in an abundance of show rather than tell. Almost at the start, after the whole subplot of why our protagonist is hated around town, which, let's be real, after this scene, it really is a subplot. Her house gets invaded and as a viewer you're like, oh well, another break and enter, or I guess a monster or something. What I didn't expect was a film filled with tension and grit about a gal named Bryn who fights aliens one after the other no matter what they throw at her.
I didn't hear no bell.
And right at this point I have to point out something. A small detail, but very important. You know how in most alien invasion films you get the usual TV announcement of, you know... Well, in No One Will Save You, it's handled realistically, not only to surprise the protagonist, but also the viewer. She hears a noise, goes to check it, boom! Telekinetic alien pops out. So, after a frantic hide and seek and a fight for her life, Bryn manages to roll a natural 20 and stabs the alien invader in his 200 IQ head. And after she passes out, because you know, alien fight, she wakes up only to try to leave town by bus since her car isn't working and she has to, yet again, fight for her life against some contortionists that really want her dead. Yeah, apparently the aliens had no trouble with the rest of the town since everyone else is under alien control. Much like what happens to anyone who believes whatever he hears or sees in the news and social media. Now, as I was watching the film, I was like, I think this might have peaked at the start. Nope, big nope. She goes back to familiar territory and tries to fortify her house with whatever she can find, like a Fortnite player, only for a beam to appear and take out the corpse of the dead alien like some poor cleaning lady, which I gotta tell ya is a prelude to even more action. She fights a smaller version of an alien who, I don't know, is probably the assassin class or something, and Breen even manages to wound the little creep and knock it the out. And then, not even a minute later, this beautiful bastard pops out. The giant howler hunts her down, gets stuck in car, gas tank breaks, she lights the car, and we can all agree by now that it would be more effective to have a Breen at home rather than a Gatling gun. That's straight up 3 out of 3. She gets back in the house and finally gets captured in the red light district of the alien bone zone. Just kidding. They do, however, capture her and insert a parasite in her mouth. Take the poor woman out for dinner first, man. Now, my good boys and gals, I won't progress any further and I'll explain myself immediately. This film is an absolute masterpiece of science fiction horror, but the ending, although weird, not bad mind you, just weird, will not be spoiled by me. Yeah, it follows not much later after this. What I can tell you though is that I was pleasantly surprised by how awesome this movie was and how it must be placed on a secure top 10 of alien invasion films. Just remember to not take the ending too seriously and enjoy the experience for what it is. See ya, boys and gals, and remember to be nice to one another, have fun, like and subscribe for more videos.